You're tuning in to the J Blast Network. Oh yeah, welcome to the next level. Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome back to the J Blast Network. Here today for another retro discussion, this time a special one for Christmas. Yeah, Christmas themed one. Going over games that we kind of played or liked during Christmas. I know I have the hat and get up and everything. This is the first time I'm kind of doing a live webcam for this. I feel like doing it. It's a special occasion. So let's get started with it. I'm going to discuss some of my Christmas games, some of the games that I associate with Christmas and probably are Christmas games, sort of. And I hope you guys can list some down in the comments and let me know what you guys feel about it, what games you like to play. Let's start with a classic, Diddy Kong's Racing DS. That game is a classic. Now, I didn't play the original the first time because the original was on N64 and I didn't have an N64, but I had a DS. And I remember seeing a trailer for Diddy Kong's Racing DS a long time ago. It got me excited because it was like, oh, you can ride in planes, you can ride in cars and boats. And it's got Diddy Kong in it, which is a really cool feature because Diddy Kong was one of my favorite Mario characters at the time. But I ended up getting it around Christmas, and I'll remember a lot of us playing the ice level, specifically I think it was Walrus Cove. And if you know that level kind of has a Christmas theme to it. And I remember putting hours into it, man, like so many hours in Diddy Kong's Racing. And I consider that game a Christmas game because of that level alone. And the gameplay itself is really fun for, like, you know, family and friends to come and play, you know, Diddy Kong's Racing. And they haven't really made a sequel to that game yet, or at all, besides their remake. So all we have is that game, the original, or the DS version. Now, I know some people don't like the DS version because of some of the cuts it made, like cutting Banjo and Kazooie and some of the other characters, and some of the new tracks are kind of weird, but that was the version that I grew up on, and to this day I still love it. Now, I don't have it anymore because I was an idiot when I was younger, and I freaking lost that version, man. I was like, damn, I lost it. But I do have it on my N64 on a flash card. And I would show you that if I felt like getting it out for this video. I can show you gameplay though, which I will have on the screen in certain segments. So yeah, Diddy Kong's Racing is such an awesome game. If you guys ever played that game, you know how fun it is switching between cars, planes, and boats, or the hovercrafts, and going through some of those stages. To me, it's a kart racer that just isn't talked about that much. And honestly, it kind of set the foundation for kart racers like CTR. In fact, if you play Crash Cove, you would notice that level is directly inspired, almost one-to-one, to another level from Diddy Kong's Racing. So it's a very, you know, inspiring game. And I know we all play Mario Kart nowadays, but we gotta remember the old kart racers. And Diddy Kong's Racing was a classic. It's still a classic, and it's also a Christmas game. Now, another Christmas game I want to bring up is a game I'm going to be covering soon, Nights into Dreams. That's that's another Christmas game that I consider a Christmas game besides the Christmas level. I said Christmas like 3 times. Forgive me, guys. But the Christmas feel of that game, like when you play that game, it has this sort of feeling of Christmas, and everything around it is so jolly. I would say jolly, has that holiday spirit, especially if you play the Christmas level and Christmas in the Dreams. But I do associate that. I always play that game through Christmas because it gives off that feeling of Christmas, especially with the story and the way the characters develop and stuff like that. The original Nights in the Dreams and Journey in the Dreams is pretty good for that too. Just the levels, the aesthetic, especially Frozen Belle, that was such a great level, snow level, one of my favorite snow levels in gaming, or winter levels in gaming. And I cannot get enough of that game. Like, it is one of my favorite games of all time to this day because of that feeling it has. It's just a warm feeling. I don't know if you guys get that from Nights either, but I just get that from playing it. It just feels so mystical. And I guess it is because you're inside of dreams, and it's such a unique game for the time, with it being based around dreams, and not just like having levels that are made to be different environments, but also having the levels be made to specifically be revolved around different struggles that will be represented in a dream. And that's why levels look so weird in that game. It's so many layers it has, and a lot of times we don't really see it, don't really pay attention to it because it's too easy flying around at night. and some people might not even understand the gameplay because, well, they're too busy trying to figure out what the hell they're supposed to be doing at night. It's a very weird game, but it is an enjoyable Christmas game. And I have another one here that is kind of a weird choice, but it's more personal to me specifically, of it being a Christmas game. Or not really a Christmas, I wouldn't call it a Christmas game. It doesn't have the Christmas spirit, what I'm about to say, but it does bring memories of that time. And I would have to say the 3 GTA games and the PSP games. Now, when I was younger, my mom would not let me play those GTA games. She was not having it at all. Like, she was mad about it. My dad, he was cool. He was cool about it. He was like, hey, don't say or do anything in those games in real life, and you're good. You're gonna be good. And I was like, okay, I won't do it. I just want to play around in the sandbox and shoot people, which is pretty bad for, I guess, a 8-year-old at the time or a 10-year-old. But hey, you know, it was fun to us. And I had times when I played it with my cousins, specifically GTA San Andreas, right? And I had times I played it with my dad, right? But I also played games like the other games in the franchise, like GTA 4, right? And GTA 4, I remember putting a lot of time in. My dad beat that game like about 2 times, and I would play sometimes. He'd get mad because I would mess up, because I was just trying to like shoot people and do all this other stuff. But he would try to play the story, because when you're young, let's be honest here, a lot of people didn't play GTA stories. That's why so many people remember San Andreas, like the beginning of San Andreas with the memes, and no one ever really references the latter half of San Andreas after Los Santos, like the rest of the game, because no one ever got past that part. They were stuck on the damn train with CJ, and so they never got past that part, or they never cared to, and they just had fun exploring from there. And after a while, I realized I want to unlock this map, and I did. I started playing the game for real. As I got older, I started beating the game, and I got the full map unlocked. And this was a very, very, like, I wouldn't say emotional. It was a very kind of special thing, because I just remember that time. Now, my pops, he's passed away. You know, he passed away about 2 years ago in a car accident. So, you know, games are kind of like the memory I have left of him. And I just remember playing GTA San Andreas and seeing the map and just walking around the map and walking back to Los Santos, like, yeah, Dad, I made it. You know, I made it to this place, and you know, hopefully he's still seeing me down here and stuff like that, and you know, he's doing well up there in the sky, right? But those games bring back a big memory, along with the Madden games. He played it a lot too, so that's why I say GTA is kind of important to me during those Christmas times, because it just reminds me of family and my father. We used to play those games. And I know it's a weird thing to bond over, you know, GTA of all games, you know, but it is what it is. That was the big Christmas game that we would play, because my dad, he didn't like Sonic, he didn't like any of those kid platformers. He didn't really care for, and I don't blame him. He was an adult at that time, so he didn't really grow up with it like that to kind of get it like we got it. But that was the one game. Those were the one games that we both enjoyed and we could play together, you know, had that moment, you know, even if, you know, Mom was like, nah, not having it. She didn't want me to play with GTA games at all. But he came through with GTA Liberty City Stories on the PSP, and also Vice City Stories on the PSP. So that's how I played it when I wasn't over his house and I was back at home with Mom. I played it on the PSP, and when she saw it, she was mad, but she didn't do anything. She was like, damn. And you know, it didn't really affect me. Like, I'm not a gangster or anything like that. I'm not going around killing people or anything like that. It's just, you know, kids want to play the fun game, and GTA was a big thing at the time. But that's just an important thing that GTA reminds me of, and that's why I would put it on this list with the Christmas games. And finally, one of the bigger games that I associate with Christmas, actually it's 3 GameCube games. 3 GameCube games that I associate with Christmas heavily, because the GameCube, I had a PS2 and a PS1, but I got it, actually no, I should say this. There's another game that I associate with Christmas because I got a PS1. I had a PS2 before I could actually remember that I was even existing. So I don't remember the experience of getting the PS2 then, but I got a PS1 later on, right? Well, not later on, but kind of like, and then I think when I was like 4, I got a PS1. And the first game my mom bought for me for Christmas was Spyro 1. I know some of you some of you maybe like, why are you going back? Why would you go back in system? Well, she just got it for me. Honestly, it was cool because that's a Spyro 1. I'm in Spyro 2. I'm sorry, but Spyro 2 with the Rage. That was like to this day one of the greatest games of all time, and one of my favorite games of all time. I freaking love that game, man. I just remember so many hours. I'll be in Summer Forest walking around. That Christmas was awesome because I also got SpongeBob Super Sponge, which is it has its own issues, but hey, to this day I still enjoy that game. I grew up with it. You know, you kind of grow up with some games like that aren't too great, but they're still pretty alright to play, and you enjoy them. So that's how it was with SpongeBob Super Sponge. But Spyro 2 was really where it's at because I remember just going to Summer Forest. I didn't have memory cards, so I would just have to keep repeating the same things over and over again, and it got a little bit tedious. But each time I repeated, I got a little bit further until about the time I got to Autumn Plains, and I was like, wow, that is a freaking amazing level because it was so open, it was so big compared to Summer Forest. Summer Forest is pretty big, but it's like concealed by a castle. There's walls in certain places. You don't really see the scope as you do in Autumn Plains. Like, you have to sit there and be like, wow, that is amazing. Wow. But yeah, that was like the biggest experience. And Skelos Badlands was a crazy level. Crystal Glacier. The first 4 levels in Autumn Plains were like amazing, back-to-back bangers. Zephyr, Skelos Badlands, as I said, Crystal Glacier, Breeze Harbor, 4 bangers back-to-back. And you had Scorch, that was a banger. The other one scared me the hell out of me. Fracture Hill scared the hell out of me. The trees, I don't know where the trees just scared the hell out of me because I didn't know what they were. In the PS1 days, there were certain things you had that were, you know, that were not necessarily scary when you like, you know, put them in full resolution, but when it's like pixelated like that, it looks like some weird mess, and the trees look like that to me. They were just scary at the time. I was like, what the hell is going on? But another banger of, dang, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. But you know, I think it's Volcano Cone. I can't believe I'm forgetting the name. But you guys know that level's a freaking banger. Shady Oasis, that's already level 2. And the Speedways, Metro Speedway, Icy Speedway. And then what ended up happening was that I would beat Autumn Plains, and because I was a dumb little kid, my disc got scratched. And so I would beat it was Gulp. I would beat Gulp, and then the game would freeze. And so I couldn't get past it. I had to buy another copy to finally get past that. And keep in mind, when it froze, I had a memory card. So I had to restart all that progress again. So I did it so many times that I gotten so good at speedrunning the game because I had to play it so many times. And that's similar to these other games I'm about to talk about real quick. Which the last ones I want to talk about. The very big special Christmas games to me. Well, there's 3 of them on the GameCube. Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, and Mario Kart Double Dash. Now, I'll go with Mario Kart Double Dash because I have less to say about it, but so many hours with friends. Double Dash has such amazing stages. So many amazing stages. Like, it is insane. There is not a single bad stage in that game. And they don't remake some of the cool, like Mushroom City hasn't been remade. The bridge level was remade. Baby Park, that's a classic. What else am I thinking about? I said Baby Park. Damn, I can't remember. My mind's going blank for some reason. But Sherbet Land, Dry Desert, Peach Beach, all the Star Cup. One of the best Rainbow Roads in the series. Okay, I won't even debate on that. One of the best Rainbow Roads in the series. One of the best Bowser Castles in the series. Definitely better than Mario Kart 8. Whatever the hell's going on with that. Dino Jungle, DK Mountain, Waluigi Stadium, Wario Coliseum. They never remade Wario Coliseum, dude. They never freaking remade it, and it's still on there. It's still one of the most hyped levels. And again, that level is so big that they have to damn, I can't think that they have to freaking only put it for 2 laps. Right, I can go on and on about that, but that's one of the big ones. And then Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Now, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, I would say were the first times that I would play a game and realize, yeah, I'm a gamer. I know that sounds freaking lame as hell to say, but that was the first time I kind of like started taking games seriously. The story to me was so amazing. The characters were so cool, and the multiplayer in SA2, God, the multiplayer in SA2 was so amazing. So many hours. We used to have all-nighters just playing SA2 multiplayer, just racing against each other, doing treasure hunting and fighting in the ships. We also had a bunch of other games we do all-nighters on the GameCube with. It was just filled with bangers. But those are the first two I kind of took seriously, and I started playing Sonic Adventure 1, and I got stuck in areas, but I would keep playing it. I didn't have a memory card, so I would have to keep restarting on that too, which is why I'm very good at speedrunning that game too, because I have to just keep restarting and restarting and restarting. But I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it, and I found new secrets, and I finally beat the game. It took me a while to beat the game because I was a little kid. I didn't really know what to do, but I ended up beating it. Same with SA2, but SA2, the reason why SA2 stopped me was not because I was stuck somewhere because of like an issue. I couldn't find anything, right? It was because I was afraid. The ghost in Pumpkin Hill and the ghost in Rouge Estate's headquarters, they would jump scare you, and that beetle thing would scare the hell out of me, and I'd be like, I would like rush turn the GameCube off. I'd jump under the covers and I'd hide from it, like, what the hell? I'm not gonna get killed by that. Never again. I can't see that thing again ever. I was so afraid. I was a dumb little kid. And then I got to the space levels. But scary around the space levels, the chaos things, the artificial chaos guys, they scared me. They just look too weird. They look way too weird. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Well, I didn't say that as a kid. I was just scared. I was scared to catch those things. Now, looking back on it now, it was kind of stupid. But I do remember when I saw King Boom Boom finally after going through all those stages with the ghost, I was like, you're going down. You're the king of these ghosts. You've been scaring me this whole time. You're going down. I wasn't even afraid of him. I just wanted to punch him, man. I just wanted to get rid of him. And Knuckles did with the cha-cha-cha. He punched him all the way out and destroyed the shadow and just killed him. And there's beat out the ghost, which is good for me. But yeah, man, a lot of great memories. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. And I also have some great memories of the Wii itself. That's an honorable mention. The Wii itself, I got that for Christmas. I got like 5 games for Christmas. I remember Mario and Sonic was one of them. Say Mario Galaxy, My Sims. That was a really good game. And Smash Bros. Brawl and Melee. Those 2 big ones. That had so many hours put in with friends and family. And notice a lot of these games are associated with friends and family. And that's one of the big things of the holidays, getting with your friends or family, or whoever you consider family, getting with them and, having, the holiday spirit and enjoying the time that you have. Our time limited now on this earth. It's very limited. But, it's good to spend time with people who care about you, and enjoy you. And I hope that all of you guys watching this video will be able to have the same experiences, whether it's going to be brought on through gaming or movies or whatever you want to do with the people, that love you. This is a perfect time for that, and the perfect time to appreciate sort of the time that you have now and giving the gifts. Back then, I was always ready to get gifts, right? But nowadays, I kind of want to give gifts to other people because I'm older, much wiser, and I can afford things that I want now. I don't have to ask mom or somebody else to go buy it for me. I'm pretty older now. And because of that, I feel like when it's time to give, I'd rather give than just get. I can get it myself, what's the difference? So that's my biggest thing with that. Those are my biggest Christmas memories, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little special I wanted to do. I'm going to come back harder than before. I got a nice video on the way, which is the actual Christmas special. I wanted to put this video out so you guys can have something to enjoy for the holiday season. I appreciate you guys watching this, and I appreciate you guys watching the channel. We are almost at 100 subscribers, which is great. It's freaking amazing. So I want to thank you guys again for that. And most importantly, make sure you spend time with your family or friends or whatever you call family. Make sure you spend time with people, that you care about, for Christmas, and build whatever experience that you want to build. If you don't have people that you care about, you don't have those people, then man, I'm praying for you. You know what I'm saying? Hope you still have a good holiday and have something to look forward to the holiday season. If not, just know that keep going. I'm here, still going. I think you guys still going on too, because we gotta use that time that we have, even if it's so limited. So once again, guys, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe if you want to. Like the video. Almost 100 subscribers. Appreciate you guys. This is the J Blast Network signing out. And don't forget, Merry Christmas.